If you're thinking about buying an electric vehicle at the moment, let me share a few tips with you so that you know what you're looking for. And at the moment, we're doing an electric vehicle battery test on an old Model Y and a new Model Y. All right, let me show you what we're doing. All right, the first tip for the day is make sure the vehicle's big drive battery has been tested. Now, we're going to put an AVILOO battery certificate on this if they pass the tests, and I'll show you what they look like at the end. But this is what we have to do. We get this box here, we take apart some of the trim as you've just seen, we're going to plug it into the diagnostic socket, and we are then going to allow this AVILOO box to test the battery. It grabs all the information out of the battery, and basically what it's going to do is to analyze that information and tell us whether that vehicle has got a good drive battery or not. The last thing you want to do is to buy a battery that already needs to be replaced under warranty, because that can get time consuming. So tip number one, make sure it's got an AVILOO battery test certificate on it. All right, number two. Now get a pre-purchase EV inspection done on the vehicle. You know that the internals of the battery are in good condition. Now check the outside, because warranty isn't covering accident damage. Also, we can check the rest of the vehicle too. All right, on to tip number three. The next tip is not about electric vehicles particularly. This is something that should be done on all vehicles. Do a PPSR. That means that it's going to be checked to make sure there is no loans against the vehicle, because that's not their vehicle to sell if there's a loan on it. Make sure the vehicle isn't written off, because that seriously affects the value of the vehicle. And also make sure the vehicle isn't stolen. And obviously you don't want to be handling stolen goods. So go to ppsr.gov.au, run a $2 check and make sure that everything is clear. We include that in part of our service inspections. So, you know, if you take an inspection with us, then we will do that. But for $2, you can make sure it's good, particularly if you're buying from a private seller. All right, let's talk about charging. You'll often hear about that electric vehicles are cheaper to run, but there are different costs depending upon how you charge it. So the best way to charge an electric vehicle is at your home and with a charger that's on the wall. You can use a supercharger, but they're going to cost you more money. You can plug it into a 240 volt, but that will take a very long time for a vehicle to charge. The best way is to get a specific EV charger fitted to your wall by an approved electrician. If you have an inspection with us, we'll be able to hook you up with that so that you can get the best service in Adelaide and get your vehicle charged quickly. Also talk to your electricity provider, because there are different tariffs available out there, where some of them will give you times during the day where you can charge for free, maybe across the midday period for a few hours, or maybe during the night, so that you can charge your vehicle up for free instead of costing you money during peak times. So there's a couple of different ways to think about it. Like I said, give us a call if you want to get a charger fitted to the wall. All right, let's talk about insurance, shall we? Electric vehicles are stupidly quick. Some of these have got somewhere around a 3-second 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, and that obviously is going to reflect in your insurance prices. Also, some of these vehicles are expensive to repair or are complicated to repair. So you're going to want to make sure that you check out your insurance first. Now, we've got an approved insurance provider we can hook you up with as well if you're getting inspections with us, and we can help you out. But make sure you check your insurance prices. The comparison websites, they're often going to give you very expensive deals. So make sure you actually talk to someone before you actually do it. Shop around, phone up the companies and get a better deal than on the comparison websites. All right, we've got all of the data we need. It's got a green light on it. Let's see what these batteries are like, shall we? Number one, this is the new one, 97.5%, about average, and it's a good health. And the older Model Y, 94%, that's about average, and it's got a good health. That means both of these are AVILOO certified. My name's Mark. I hope that these tips help you buy a great electric vehicle. And if you want the vehicle inspected in South Australia, give us a shout. We're all in vehicle inspections.